are live.
I should have got the chat up before now.
You had 5 minutes.
We were talking.
Hey, look, the chat box is back to normal. And everything else is back to normal. Ta-da!
Look at you.
It has been unjade.
Yeah. Jay said, I didn't touch anything. I'm like, well, the Zoom window is stretched out. Don't know what you did there.
Oh, well.
It's
well,
okay.
you sorted it, brother.
I don't blame Jay. He did a good job. You guys did a show. It's fine. And now it's Friday. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to SAVS episode 163. We've got our special guest tonight, Harley. How's it going?
I do. All right. Hey. It's strange to be live. Freeman and the Vape don't seem to be live anymore, so I've got a bit of nerves.
The wonderful people at YouTube don't particularly like me at the minute.
I've got a bit of nerves, but yeah, we're all good. Busy week. Just glad to be here. You got to be the side guys.
So, have you done the tech for tonight, then, Harley?
Nope.
What about the replay comments from last week?
Nope.
Oh, well, it's like fucking Freeman and a Vape show, then, isn't it? So, how is everybody? Obviously, I haven't been here for 3 weeks. How is everybody?
Good.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, not bad. Tired. I was starting to fall asleep about half an hour before the show started.
Sorry to keep you up, Mo.
Em was like, you better get up.
Well, because we had a bit of a time difference, they were saying that at 9 o'clock. I'm thinking, I swear we're going at 10. I'd gone for a nap. So I thought, I swear we're supposed to be on at 10.
Yeah, it's my fault.
No, sorry. Don't worry. And we're obviously missing Jay. He's away on his jolls.
Yep.
He is.
He's away for a friend's wedding and a holiday afterwards, I believe.
Lucky
He normally calls in, doesn't he? Can you remember when he called in last holiday?
Yeah.
Yeah, on his phone, yeah.
Where were he at?
He was seaside. That fucking lucky bastard.
I think he was Spain somewhere, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Because we were talking about getting his liquid through customs and stuff.
Yeah, somewhere like that.
Luckily,
I really do need an holiday.
He didn't get caught and put in jail or something like the WNBA player. It's in Russia.
Yeah.
I know someone that's going to F1. And I don't know what country it's in, but they're planning on just taking some. Right? If it's zero tolerance, they'll be like, "Now you could take some." And they want to only take disposables, which is fair enough because if you take them off, it's just disposables. They're like, "Well, are you planning on?" Well, I'm just going to do that discreet stuff, but kind of when you used to like a fag, and you're like, "Yeah, but they're going to be watching for that. They're going to see you and go, "I know exactly what you're doing here now." But I wouldn't risk it.
You know what you do? You ever see those like breathing machine things, right? The little bag or little trolley thing, and it has a tube that goes right under your nose.
Yeah.
Just have one of those and have it hooked up to a disposable. Yeah.
Nebulizer vape. Well, what you're on about though is that NBA player who's in Russia and she's just got. Did she have weed on her or something?
She had
a cartridge, one cartridge,
CBD cartridge.
Well, yeah, she says CBD,
and it's what she got 9 years.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, but obviously that's more political to do with the war than it is actually probably for what she's actually done.
Yeah, well, apparently the government's trying to sort out a prisoner exchange to get her freed.
Yeah, you know who they want? You know who they want in exchange?
No.
They want an arms dealer that has a documentary made after him called The Angel of Death.
Oh, right.
Okay. Yeah. So they want the Angel of Death for a WNBA player with weed.
That sounds perfect, that, doesn't it?
Yeah. Fair trade right there, yeah.
That's like trying to change Mary Poppins for fucking Pablo Escobar, isn't it?
Does it work on like when you part exchange your car? Can you say, okay, we'll do that, but you always $100,000?
Yeah, I'll give you £1,000 extra. They probably will as well. They'll probably swap some arms or something.
Right. Well, we'll give you 4 nukes. How about that? You know?
Yeah. No, we need to raise. Well, the thing is, it's happening all over now, and we're not going to be doom and gloom on the show tonight, but
No.
it's like that. Look at Taiwan now because one person's turned up to have a little look round.
Oh God!
Interestingly, but on that,
anyway.
I were at a conference last week, and there were two ex-intelligence officers there one from UK and one from US military, and they were saying that they have it on good authority that China already were prepared to take Taiwan. The only reason they didn't is because the amount of sanctions the world's placed on Russia, and obviously China's economy is built on exports. So they kind of went, so they were like, we know for a fact that China prepared to take Taiwan. And then they're like, maybe do that in a couple of years' time. We'll hold off for time being.
You can imagine it. They're going to, where are we going to sell these little tiny dolls that only work for a week? You know what I mean? Taiwan's going, look, do it, because we sell everything made in Taiwan. Especially in the 80s, anything you bought in the 80s, wasn't it? They were definitely made in Taiwan.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, the little gold stickers. I don't know if you guys got them over there, the same ones, but
yeah,
little gold stickers made in Taiwan. I remember seeing that all the time growing up.
They've just got one factory making them stickers. The amount of shit that comes over.
Probably
made in Taiwan. You know, it was definitely going to last a couple of weeks.
Oh yeah, exactly. You saw that, you're like, well, just might as well put this in the bin straight away.
I think the only thing that I had, that were made by Tommy. Can you remember that? We are going back to 80s now. It were like, and I thought it were absolutely fantastic when I got it. It was like a red front of a car, and you had a little tiny steering wheel, and there were a car in front, but it was lit from the back, and it just made the noise, and you just like moved the gears, but you had to pretend that you were going around corners. It didn't turn corners; it just went like that out the side of it. Thought it was brilliant, made by Tommy. I think I got it in 1982.
Jesus. You mean before I was born?
I can't remember that far back.
Oh, you were brilliant. Tommy.
The interesting thing about people your age, you always remember the year that you got things and the year things happened. I can't remember the year I was born.
I was really into A-Team as well. And my mum and dad bought me the actual helicopter. They brought me the helicopter and all the little figures that all went with it. And I got loads of money and stuff like that. And I remember that I think that was 1984, 85.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it was brilliant. I still got Mr. T. And Hannibal. Mr. T's got a bit of his nose bit off because I used to take him in the bath.
Wait. Did you bite his nose off in the bath?
I don't know if I did it in the bath. I can't remember that, but I can remember the year.
When you clarify, he said Mr. T, not Mr. B. Quite a big distinction. Yeah.
Also, why did you bite his nose off?
I don't know. I think I was a bit bored. You know when you nibble at things?
Teasing, yeah.
And as well, I probably sat there pitying the fool. You know what I mean? It's
I pity the fool. I pity the fools.
Yeah, so I've still got them. I've got my He-Man stuff. I've got it in a dusty bin upstairs. All my He-Man stuff. I've got an original Michael Knight. I've also got an Aston Martin from James Bond. I do actually think that was Mark's, but it hasn't got the rockets. It still pops up at the back, but it ain't got the rockets.
I've just got this image of Mark watching the show going, what? You've got my what?
Yeah. Over the years, I got loads of Mark stuff. I just threw out of them.
He's going to turn up at your door going, hand it over.
Yeah, I want it back.
Somewhere up in the loft, I've got a load of my old Star Wars toys when I was a kid.
I've got them there, and I think some of them are Mark's as well. Original ones.
Does anyone have anything brand new in the box still?
No.
Oh, see. Yeah, that was the thing. 80s, no one ever thought of that. Like,
no one you want us to play with?
Someday this will be worth money. I should not open this.
Yeah, you're definitely going to do that at Christmas, innit? That's it. What I'll do is I'll just play with the orange and the nuts to put in a sock at the end of my bed. That's what I'll do.
I've got about 50 cars. That because my mum and dad never let me open them. But obviously they're not from 80s. I was only born in 90s. But yeah, I've got a ton of cars but never texted. They're from all over the world as well. So I've got stuff I've never opened.
Well,
not for lack of trying.
Good on you, because I I tore that shit open the second I got it on Christmas morning or something. Just I was playing with it in 5 minutes. I was just like, set up the train set, the thing was working within 5 minutes.
See, I'm a 90s kid. I was spoiled as fuck. It didn't really matter which ones I opened and which ones I didn't.
Those ones, nah.
CCC Gaming, he's got a ZX Spectrum. Which one have you got? I had the 48K, which you had the tape deck next to. Then I had the plus. I went straight then to a +3, which had the disc drive. And then my brother bought me the actual tape deck that you could plug into the side of it. Then I went to Amiga. But Spectrum, yeah.
I'm sure my dad still has the Commodore 64.
64, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And VIC-20. I don't even remember. That is very old. It runs off of tapes, like cassettes. Man, that is so nuts to me that you could play games off of a cassette tape.
Yeah. But the thing is, you used to think, right, I'll go and have a bath. And then you just hear it going, and then you'd come back to it and the fucking thing had
I've just Googled
crashed.
it because there is something I've got. 1974 Evel Knievel toy. Where you've got the Evel Knievel figure, then you've got his bike separate, he obviously goes onto it, and then you pull it up the ramp and let go and he shoots off.
Mhm.
Oh, from 1974 apparently.
Yeah, Mark had one of them, but he broke it.
Mark had one of them, but I nicked it.
Did you nick it from Mark?
Did you
I
bite
never
his
knew
nose
ZX
off?
Tape, I'm going to say cartridge. I can't remember a ZX Spectrum with cartridge. You would tape, so that'd be a +2.
Ooh, it's a fancy one.
The first computer I ever had was the Amstrad CPC 464 with the green screen monitor.
With the green, I was going to mention that. My mate had that. I was just like, well, where's the colour? It was just green. I always used to play Football Director.
Look at you today. It's the same thing.
I do, yeah. I play Football Manager constantly. It's proper addictive. Either that or Civilization 6. I love that.
I love Civ 6. Yeah.
The thing is, I'm never anybody else but England.
Of course. Do you play on
It's
the
just
real
that thing.
map too, like the world map?
Yeah, but I do that, but then I mix it all up. And to be honest with you, I click all them other ones apart, unless I fancy a science victory. I click it all off, and I just want to dominate everybody.
You
That's
play
it.
against
Build me
the
up.
easy computers, so you just steamroll them.
No, you got to make sure it's hard.
Oof.
Eventually, it's when all the countries are all after you. That's when it starts
You know
getting
what
tricky.
the worst part about Civ 6 is getting nuked by India. Because it's Gandhi,
Yeah.
there's a little picture. So it's literally just Gandhi sitting there, the plane's coming over. You're just like, I just got nuked by India. That's awesome.
The thing about him as well, though, he's a right two-faced little bloke, isn't he, Gandhi?
Oh, yeah, he's easy.
He's like, we're friends with you, and then they're nicking stuff out your coffers.
Like, whoa. Wait, how'd that trade route get pillaged? What are you doing? What are you doing?
What you been doing?
They send spies over, and they're like monk people, the religious leaders there. They send them those over. I hate that.
Yeah, you can't do it. You can't even kill him, can you?
No, you just got to send yours over there and try to get your religion, which you named Dick Butt or something.
And what's the first commandment?
Thou shalt never mind.
No, spit on it first.
Oh God. I wasn't gonna go there, but I guess we went there. It's Friday show.
It's a Friday show.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've got a guest on tonight as well, which obviously Harley, you know, from 3 Men and a Vape Show, and he was also Vape Mill, which he still is sort of Vape Mill, but that's more of his shop now. But he's got a new channel, which is All I Am Saying. If you haven't got over there yet, please get yourself over there. I haven't got the link. I don't know if any.
I'll get a link in chat. 1 sec.
Please get yourself over there. You're nearly up to about 200 subs, aren't you, bro?
184 last I checked, which is weird because it's not that thing that YouTube does. I hadn't been pushing it as much as I did to start with. As before, I was posting on socials 2 or 3 times a day.
Welcome to the first episode of
I've
Strangers
eased
in
off a bit.
Fiction. Stranger.
And then before I eased off a bit, I like stuck at 160, and then you'd get one, you'd lose one, you'd get one, you'd lose one, you'd get one, you'd lose one. But all of a sudden, in space like a day, I just went up to like 170. then I've been getting 2 or 3 a day. Now I'm at 184. It's going all right. The interesting thing about it is because all I'm saying is about stories. So on a Tuesday, I publish cold cases, murder mystery, true crime stuff. And then on a Saturday, on a Sunday, that's Wednesday, sorry, I always say Tuesday, Wednesday. On a Wednesday, I then publish, that's for true crime. On a Sunday, I then publish other stories that are real. So I don't want to be true crime all the time because I'm depressed and paranoid. So on a Sunday, I do top 5 stuff. So it's people that really should have died, like people that fell out of an aeroplane at 50,000 feet and survived.
Yeah, that woman.
Yeah. So the Sunday one is just random stuff, lucky people that nearly died. Just lately, I've started doing a countdown from the top 15 most prolific serial killers. Top 15 sounds a bit weird. It sounds like you're glorifying it, so I try not to use that word. Because you're a top serial killer. Well done. No, let's not. So it's all about which is interesting. It's getting harder and harder to find the cases. Obviously, when you do your first video, the first case just jumps at you. It's easy to do. But after that, they get harder. I just had a week off because I covered one that's got views really quick. Like I said, I've got less than 200 subscribers. And in the space of 5 days, it's got 800 views. And it's about a 14-year-old boy in Northern Ireland. And the police went, yeah, no foul play. But the story's like really, really messed up. There definitely were some foul play involved at some point along his journey. Police like
that the one where he got stuck in the pipe?
Yeah, he got stuck in the storm drain. The storm drain had only been unlocked like 3 days before. Then they locked it, liaising with the police, and then 3 days later the police unlocked it and found him. Which you kind of go, what?
And he'd been on his bike as well, hadn't he? And he'd fell off his bike.
Yeah, he was 2 days in after lockdown. So he came out of lockdown, he went out with his friend, and the next day we're meeting his friend again with another friend. And he set off on this journey, which was like a 5-mile journey on his push bike. And not too far away, it appeared on CCTV without his bag, which he definitely had him with before. So his bag's gone missing with his laptop in it, and it had a book in it and something else. Then he's going up the road, and he falls off his bike, loses his coat and falls off his bike, loses his coat and his phone. And then he carries on going, and then he veers off the track onto this estate. Now, this is Northern Ireland, so you've got Catholic areas, you've got Protestant areas, which, although are mainly peaceful these days, there is still tensions in with a certain minority of places. So he goes into this estate, which this kid is also mixed race, by the way. So he pulls into this estate, which is a very racist estate. A car pulls in at the same time he pulls into the estate, and he goes past his camera, and then a couple of minutes later he appears on the next camera on this cul-de-sac, naked, but still on his bike. Then there's 2 men at the top of it. Yeah, naked, completely naked. And the thing is, most of his clothes haven't been found. They found some of his clothes, but his top, his shorts, and his pants have still never been found. And then that's it. He just disappeared, and we found him in this drain. And the police are going, no suspicious there, no foul play. What? And then people go, well, we reckon he was drugged, and no, that had never happened. But it's a lot more likely than no foul play, let's be fair. But that was quite hard. I don't like doing stories under 18-year-old because I've got kids, and I don't want to be hearing stories about kids getting kidnapped, killed, or whatever else. So I try not to do them. But someone requested that, so I did it. And after it, I felt a bit drained. And it's one of them stories where there's a lot of speculation. All the newspapers are saying different things, and there's that many different theories. So I had to really, really get into the middle of the story to try and divulge what were real and what weren't. So by the end of it, I felt quite mentally exhausted and stuff. And I just thought, I can't do the next video without it just being a crap video. So I just thought, sorry, I'm having a week off. I've been doing this for 3 months. I deserve a month off. Yeah. Which is quite nice, because everyone supported me, because that video was late, because obviously there was quite a lot to put into it. And everyone was like, look, you take your time. See, as with Vape Mill, when I was doing vape reviews, I felt like I had to get it out consistently on time on a scheduled week. And I still feel that now, because I know it's better for the channel. But at the same point, I feel that people understand that if a story is harder, it's all right to delay it. And so I feel like I've got that bit more freedom as well. It's going well. It's going good.
I watch a bloke called Steve Willis, and he does this like stealth camping. He'll like camp in the middle of a roundabout or right next to a police station and stuff like that. He's from America. No, in fact, he's from Canada. And he does just one video a week, and he does it on a Thursday. And I literally, after I've done UK Vape Show or whatever else, I'll go and I'll wait for him. Another one, Beard Meets Food. His comes out on a Thursday, so I know I've got them to watch. Another one that I've been watching is that D&J projects. They just build fences and stuff like that. They do one on a Wednesday and a Sunday. So I don't think it really matters so much with the vape scene, but I think other stuff like what you're doing, I think just that one day is good.
Well, I have been considering, because weeks like this week as well, this week's been really busy. So if I were to try and knock out 2 videos, it'd be incredibly hard to do. Because like today, I had to do 30 T-shirts for a funeral. So I'd have had no time to do any videoing, editing, or writing. So I have been considering, I don't think I'm going to do it yet. I think I'm going to wait until I have to. But I might do it so that the true crimes 1 week, then the random stories the second week, and you know what I mean, do it alternate weeks rather than trying to do them both in the same week. Because then it's still scheduled. I'm just giving myself a bit more time to make sure the facts are right as well. Because someone argued, I've started doing TikTok just to publicize it a bit more. And I did a 3 true stories about Ronnie Cray and Peter Sutcliffe, the Yorkshire Ripper. For anyone that doesn't know, Ronnie Cray is the twin gangster from London, and Yorkshire Ripper is a guy that killed shitloads of prostitutes and other women as well. So there's these facts that are quite well known, these factual stories, and it's stuff like Peter Sutcliffe threatened Ronnie Cray because Ronnie Cray were notoriously gay, well, not famously gay, not notoriously gay, famously gay, and Peter Sutcliffe apparently threatened him and said, "Don't you ever come on to me." And then they had another fight, and then apparently Ronnie Cray snuck something into prison for Peter Sutcliffe's famous attempt to escape a prison. So I published this video, and someone replied today going, "What's your sources? Because these are bullshit." So I'm like, explain the sources, and then put links on. And then he's like, "Well, these links are shit." Because I'm like, look, dude, if this was a true crime case you're telling me about a 14-year-old boy and I got some information, I'm going to care. But this is about 2 killers that are dead. You know what I mean? I don't really give a shit if the story's true or not. It's just there.
It's a story that's very, very well known and very well documented.
Plot twist, though. He's not dead. He was the one writing the YouTube comment.
He's not giving a strike, the bastard.
I didn't do that, you son of a.
But then again, I can't say anything because I love that true crime sort of stuff, and I'm really into the gangster sort of side of it. And he sat down there calling Bronson a serial killer.
Well, I never verbally said that. I accidentally put in the title "Notorious Serial Killer." I meant to put "Notorious Prisoner."
Yeah.
But the thing is, people kept saying to me, "Wait, he's not a serial killer, though." I'm like, I never fucking said he were. And then one day they were like, "Dude, you need to change the title." I'm like, oh, that's why people keep telling me he's not a killer. Shit.
Yeah. He did a post office robbery back in the 70s. I think it was the 70s or late 60s.
Yeah, we're quite young as well. I think you were a teenager.
Yeah, a teenager. Yeah, 18, 19. He'd got a girlfriend and he was living on his own. But he did that. But then it was what he did to other prisoners and mainly prison guards and governors. He kept kicking the shit out of them because he didn't like reform. Famously, what he did was he were in Wakefield prison. And he does art. He does drawings, like cartoony art. And one of the actual people who do like the out courses for the art criticised his work. So what he did was he took him prisoner, made him tickle his feet for about 3 or 4 hours, dragged him around, tied a rope around his neck and moved him around. For a couple of days he did this.
Jesus.
He got an additional life sentence for that.
Yeah. Well, they're trying to get him out at the minute. I think he's about 74-year-old. They're trying to get him out. He's changed his name as well.
He's about to apply for public parole. And every comment I've had, apart from one, there's only one comment, and I mean there's quite a lot of comments, especially on the TikTok, that says, "Oh, he should be out." And all but one have said he should be out. And I think the problem is, and I don't want to get political with this, but the problem is we get films about the Crays, and we get films about Charles Bronson that glorify these people and make them out to be cool, nice people. And you go, well, the creators weren't nice people. You could have been their best friend, and if you pissed them off, they're going to stab you. You know what I mean? They come across in these films as nice people because that's how the film sells. Charles Bronson, I said to my dad over there, you can't ask or you can't get yourself the reputation of the most violent prisoner and then go, I'm a nice guy, let me out. So you work towards that reputation. You can't. It's not true.
I think the last thing he did were about 20 years ago, and I think what the stance on it is that he's 70-odd-year-old. He's obviously not in the same fit state as he was before, and he's obviously been a good prisoner for 20 years.
Let's face it, we could quite easily put him out.
He hasn't actually killed anybody.
No, never killed anyone. Like I said, we could quite easily put him out on a tag company and say, one thing you do, that's it, you're back in for the rest of your life.
He has been out twice, I think. He's changed his name now. He's actually not called Charles Bronson. He's Salvador something now.
Yeah, he got married as well, didn't he? While in prison.
Yeah, and she was actually from EastEnders.
Was she? Oh, yeah, I remember reading that, yeah.
She was an actress, and then what happened was she went abroad to Tenerife or something like that, sort of got off with about 3 or 4 young lads, and it all got back to him, and he went, right, that's it, we're over and done. She was from EastEnders. She was an actress. You get them as well. I don't know if you've seen it. You get these people who are really into people who are in jail and they want to marry him.
Oh yeah,
Sutcliffe had it.
Yeah.
Same with Ted Bundy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just strange.
I think
I want a pen pal who's killed women.
Yeah, I think you two need to do a collaboration at some point because I think you're pretty into this whole thing, Aiden.
But what the thing is, I watch loads of this stuff on YouTube. I'm really into sort of the gangster side of stuff. The other one before the craze come out was Dot. You're going back to when the Second World War sort of era. And they had obviously the Jewish and they had the Italians, people who were doing all the race courses, and that's where the craze sort of came in at the end of the fighting with that. I love watching stuff like it. I watch it all the time.
Oh yeah.
I even watched the other day about Saddam Hussein, about all his palaces and all what he had on that. That was just massively interesting. What this bloke had accumulated.
Don't mean what this bloke had stolen.
Well, yeah, he stole it from the accumulated or stolen. Is the wealth came from the people, didn't it?
Well, interestingly, talking about wealth.
It's no different to what the Conservatives or any government that we have does.
What my missus has got an obsession with doing at the minute is finding serial killers and then Googling their net worth, which is really quite interesting because people like Myra Hindley has like millions of pounds. Charles Bronson, not quite surprising because of his films and his artwork and his books. He's worth a few million pounds. But the problem is we're looking up someone's net worth. That is literally like Wikipedia. It's people that have looked at their assets and estimated what they're worth. Because people like Saddam Hussein, people like Putin, there is absolutely no way on earth of knowing how much money that person's worth. Because they've got assets hidden everywhere. Like nukes, just hid in seas and stuff.
Well, it's like that with Gaddafi. When Gaddafi got kicked out, he apparently shipped millions and millions or billions and billions of pounds, and apparently it went to South Africa, and they've been searching for this money for ages. It was after Mandela had come out, the person who then went into power, which I can't remember the name. He were like really good friends with him, and again, that's where they sort of sent the money. Apparently,
that is the biggest understatement on YouTube. When Gaddafi got kicked out.
Yeah.
Go on, I knew it.
Well, they sort of did do it, but they took him by a truck. Yeah, no, it's a crazy world that we live in. Obviously, you've been dabbling a little bit more in, because obviously you've mentioned this over the years. We've been together quite a number of years with SAVS. You sort of diversing from the vape sort of stuff, Nick. You've started to do that a little bit more now, haven't you? You've been doing some vlogs and stuff.
Yep. I've been trying to do fun things, I guess. and
Yeah.
not be boring all the time. So like with the small amount of free time that I actually get, I try to just have as much fun as I can. And I did a couple of vlogs where I just hang out with my friends and we cook dinner together. I was doing that on Twitch for a while, where on like Saturday nights we'd like go hang out after work with me and his buddies and everything, and we'd go to the shop and get all the supplies, and we'd cook like sort of like an epic mealtime, but not as epic, I suppose. Just kind of like normal mealtime videos, I suppose. But yeah, we would just like make food, enjoy it with friends, and it was cool. And then I'm like, well, I like editing videos. I miss editing videos. I'm gonna just start doing vlogs. So we just broke out the cameras again and dragged them out there. And I'm like, all right, well, let's try to make this as entertaining as we can. And my most recent one, which I was talking about last week, which is the reason I wasn't on the week before on the Sunday, was because I went down to visit Michelle Lynn in Philadelphia, and I dropped off a brand new gaming PC to her. I had been planning this whole scheme for a while, and it was like, okay, well, I did a Prime Day, like an Amazon Prime Day PC build last year with all parts purchased on Prime Day deals. So let's see if I could do that again. I successfully did that again. And this time I even got the GPU on a Prime Day deal. But I digress. The plan was I was going to build that under the guise of the Prime Day PC, and then that would therefore like then be Michelle's PC. Michelle had no idea what I was up to. A bunch of my people in my Discord and stuff like that, they knew what I was doing, and kind of like bounce the idea back and forth off of them. So with their support and blessing and help from the subscriptions and things like that, I was able to make this come to fruition. So I asked my friend Sam, my coworker, and his buddy who's actually from that area, if they wanted to take a little road trip down with me to Philly for the day. They were like, hell yeah. So I'm like, let's make a day out of it. We can get a PC build done. We get a really awesome gift to a really good friend of mine and a day trip to Philly. And they liked it because not only you get to see Philly, but cheesesteaks also. We got cheesesteaks.
Yeah, we're going to say that.
And then they went to one of the biggest malls out there. They have like this huge mall. And they had like 5 or 6 different stores that sell fitted caps. They love fitted caps. So they wanted to go out there and check out what they had. And they were happy with that too, because they actually got some hats that are just came out. Like they just released them a few days prior. So that was really cool. The vlog was a lot of fun to make. I got those guys involved. I gave them cameras and I'm like, just shoot footage. I'll edit it all later. But I've been trying to branch out. It's been a lot of fun. Just hit 400.
You've had this idea, haven't you, for absolutely ages, haven't you? And it was going to be called
DVTV. I was going to do it a little different.
Yeah, it was going to be like a lifestyle sort of thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I was going after like a gimmicky sort of channel where it was gonna be my television channel, right? So that's how I was gonna transition away from Daily Vape TV. But I decided I'm just like, all right, I'm just gonna make a separate channel, call it my personal channel. I'm gonna upload whatever videos I want to upload. I mean, there might even be some stuff that's like really old footage or something like that. Also, I may have some footage from a convention that I never did a travel vlog for, and I might end up releasing that on my my Daily Vape TV channel, just for kicks, I guess. But
see, you're totally different to me. I love recording the stuff. I absolutely hate editing it. It's one of these things that have held me back. I hate editing. I find it massively boring. It really does me head in.
I love it.
I'm not bad at it. But it just bores me.
I love just messing around with different filters and tools and transitions and sounds and music and stuff like that to create this little chunk of my life, just to encapsulate it and have it up there in the cloud forever, like on the YouTube servers, hopefully permanently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just don't vape on it.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I watch these videos back myself, and it just brings me back to that moment. So it's more of a personal thing for me. And if other people enjoy watching it, then that's cool. Kind of similar to my video game content on Twitch, twitch.tv/slightly
Shameless
buzzed.
plug.
Yeah, shameless plug. I don't know why the chat bot never likes to post my links here, because I have a command for that in chat. But anyways, twitch.tv/slightly buzzed. And I enjoyed playing video games forever. I started on Xbox, and one day I bought a capture card, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna maybe stream something. And I streamed it to a private YouTube video, like a private YouTube live. And it was, I think, in one of the after shows or something like that, where I posted the link to the people that we were hanging out with in Zoom. And Michelle ended up popping in there, and she's like, this is awesome. How do I get this? Like, I want to play this. Because she had never seen GTA 5 before. And I'm like, well, you get an Xbox and you buy GTA 5. She's like, okay, I'm going to do it. And a month or two later, we were all playing GTA 5 together, almost every day. So then after that, it was just kind of a casual thing. She's like, you need to stream this. You need to show other people your gameplay. I think you're funny, and you have a presence that, would be good for a streaming service. I was like, all right, well, I know Twitch. I've known Twitch for a while. I'll just stream on Twitch. So I started streaming on Twitch 2.5 or so years ago. Basically 6 months before I built the PC. And ever since then, I've kind of developed my style. I've got my little overlay going. I've got, things going on. I've got now a Discord.
Transitions and
oh yeah, I do all that stuff. So, and that's another little, that's almost like my personality normally. I want people to see me for me, not the me they remember on Daily Vape TV, where I was just so scripted and edited and a little bit more raw me, the sweary Nick.
It's a good job they don't do one for Mike, isn't it? Really, that'd be.
Oh, God.
Sort of how you're saying that's how you go on, and yeah, I totally agree with how you described it. It's totally you down to the T. The person who, out of all of this, who I'm surprised hasn't gone on to a different channel is Mo. Because he did the vaping sort of scene of it, and obviously Mo's got a presence. He's got that, and he's a giggly, and he's very good at casting on his own as well, which is a massive art in itself. Mm-hmm. Have you not ever thought about, obviously you've come away from the vaping sort of scene of things, have you not thought about doing that?
Not really, no.
Like a day in the life of Mo, you know what I mean?
Fucking hell, that'd be worth a watch.
See?
Well, Nick and Michael tell you the same, that we get snippets, so he'll send it over chat. He might be just sat in the van, and it's like a 5-second clip of him doing something absolutely stupid, but it'll make you giggle all day. And he's really good at it. Or voice clips that he's not voice clips that he's got from the internet, just voice clips that he's done.
Mo,
I've laughed so much.
Mo, do you have TikTok or anything?
Yeah, I've got TikTok. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you could definitely start promoting that, because you can actually make money off of that. Same thing with Instagram Reels. I guess you can monetize those now. But those short form factor videos are going to be the next big thing. They're currently the big thing
now.
Right.
TikTok's massive.
You got YouTube Shorts, you have TikTok, and you have Instagram Reels that you can make money on. And I think that would be a good platform for someone like Mo to start bringing in some cash. You could also, you're saying how you're competing in Warzone tourneys and stuff like that. I mean, that stuff people love too. Tournaments and high kill games and, just video games in general. People love it. So just posting either highlight videos or something like that would be, I think, a big thing for you. or
Yeah,
even
because
like commentary on your
I've
own
started,
gameplay?
I've started capturing gameplay now.
Okay.
And because if you capture it on your console, you share it to the app on your phone. I posted a couple on my Twitter, my other Twitter page. So there's a couple of clips on there.
You still struggling with your PC?
You are?
You still struggling with PC?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. But I do it all through my phone now. It's pretty good. But no, I've thought that the thought has crossed my mind to do like an alternate channel, but it's like I don't know what to start with, what to do, what view base I'd be looking for.
Right. Just be you. You're funny, Mo. You're a hilarious guy. And like you said, you're good at streaming on your own. I've seen the Mondays with Mo, bro. And like, you're just good with just talking to yourself, talking to a camera,
Yeah.
And that's what it takes. That's all it takes.
I'll tell you another thing. Obviously, it's not a new relationship. You've been together for quite a while now, but obviously you've moved in together in bits and bobs, you and them, and it could be even just bits what you two are doing. Do you know what I mean? It could be the fact of like a bit like what Nick were doing. We're going to cook a meal and just have a bit of a giggle between each other. People love that sort of stuff.
Yeah, Em's massive camera shy though.
I don't think YouTube is ready for what Mo and Em get up to.
Well, especially if she wears a little Bo Peep outfit with the.
Oh Jesus! I was going to say, there's plenty of documentaries about rabbits and fornicating. I mean,
yeah,
bright eyes.
Afternoon delight. Anyways.
Oh, yes.
The thing about it, Nick, as well, just before you move on, bro.
Yeah.
We've left Mike out of this. The thing is, if Mike did a Twitch channel or anything like that, he would get banned within.
Oh, straight away. I give him 24 hours on Twitch.
we've played the game. I'm actually shit at that sort of gaming, but I've been in there. Some of the stuff that comes out of his mouth.
I've seen, actually, it's funny you should say that because I was on the SAVS page earlier and the Facebook page, and there was a stream on there that Jay did of you boys playing before. Mike, fucking hell. The stuff he was coming out with on there.
I love Mike's insults, man. That's where I get my inspiration from.
Oh, some of the stuff that it must be like a brain fog.
Yeah.
It's just like a brain fart and it just comes out.
Oh, fuck. It's some of the words that he puts together that make sense.
Something along the lines of
like... gets diarrhea and it all just flows straight out.
Something about your nan's nipples or something. I can't remember.
Yeah, your dad's piss flaps are incoming.
Oh my God, yeah. But you know what Mike could do, honestly. Mike, if you ever wanted to start a side project or another outlet, you could stream yourself on Twitch playing music. That is a big thing. Yeah. All you have to do is just sit there with your camera on and just play. And people will start chatting. And then, you can just play whatever you want. You can take requests, whatever.
And TikTok Live. You can do both simultaneously. Get it all set up.
Yeah.
This is Mike we're talking about. He's not very tech savvy.
I'll tell you another good one, which you can get the simple software together. Virtual DJ, you can use it free at home, especially on TikTok. A lot of DJs going on there, just sharing their favorite music. And the amount of people that do that live, and they give all these like universes. I'm not quite sure how it works, and these roses and all that, and it's all money.
But I do feel that if you're going to play music on TikTok or Twitch, the best way you'd earn the most money is get your tits out. If you've got big tits and you play guitar and you sing, you're going to earn a fortune.
Yeah.
Well, I'm two out of them.
Yeah, no, I mean, if Nick starts playing Warzone again or gets hold of that Sniper Elite 5, I'm sure you'll hear some more of Mike's rages on his Twitch channel.
I'm telling you, I'll play. I'm down to play anytime. And Mike, even if if you want to play on PC and you don't think your PC currently can handle it, there is also NVIDIA, whatever that's called, NVIDIA Go. I don't forget. It's basically like a subscription service to where you play cloud-based games. So essentially there's a computer somewhere running the game on top-tier hardware and streaming it to your PC. So you don't even have to have any decent PC at all. You could just have...
Yeah, Darth Vapor bought into that. I think it was something like £30 a month, though.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's 30 pounds. That sounds a bit high, I think. But
I think I don't know if Darth watching. He got it, and it basically what it means is that you've got a top spec PC.
right, they run it
And
on like
you're
3080
playing
Ti's.
Yeah, you're playing it through there. I don't know if Darth fell asleep. He's been boxing today, so he's trying to lose a bit of weight. Good luck to him on that. He's going to storm it. But yeah, I think it was something like £30, and I'm thinking, do you know what? For £30 a month, you'd be able to buy a computer that's good and just pay it off.
True. Yeah, I mean, there is inherent difficulties there. However, some people don't have the space for a PC. They don't want to pay off bills like that. Like, I don't know. It's kind of like Netflix or anything else. Like, yeah, anyone could go out and rent a DVD. I mean, I guess there's still Redbox.
What, can you still do that?
Here at least there's still Redbox. Yeah, you can still rent DVDs, or you could buy them, or you could whatever.
Talk about what you watch on YouTube. I watched it. I think it's gone now. It was the last Blockbuster, and it was in some little town in America.
That hits really close to home for I know Puddle Jumper, who's in chat, because he is a Blockbuster fanboy. He has Blockbuster memorabilia. He's got like the old boxes and all that stuff. He's got like things that used to be in the stores, and
I think I've still got a Blockbuster card if he wants it. I still have somewhere Blockbuster card.
Yeah, I've still got mine somewhere.
But that was like that were newfangled Blockbuster. When I were a kid, it was just you went down to your corner shop and you used to get the videos, VHS, and they'd all be up on side, and you'd be able to buy. It'd be like say £2 for the top one, and you got a free movie that had been out for years and years.
Now, riddle me this: did you have like off-brand Blockbusters near you? Did you have like the video rental places that were not like a big chain that was just mom and pop?
That's what I mean. Like your corner shop used to do it. Yeah. So you know, like it used to be somebody you knew. We used to have like Wendy's at the corner. She bought the shop and then she'd put them in. And then you had people like Clearview that sort of came in, who were a bit bigger companies. But it was just basically a corner shop. Your mum used to go to, here's a couple of quid. You were renting, you hadn't bought the video recorder. It were them top loaders. You used to rent them from Rumbelows. And it were like a top loader. And then your mum would go to, here's a couple of quid. Go to a shop, get yourself some sweets, get yourself a couple of videos. You're set for tonight. And that were it.
Your dad and I have business to take care of.
Yeah, we're ready. So my dad's coming home from work going, I'm active.
I don't know if you guys had them around yours, but we had our little mom and pop video rental places that had the back room behind the curtain.
Oh no,
you didn't have that?
Yeah, you're on about the porn room, yeah.
Yeah,
we never had
porn rooms. Like I just remember.
We didn't have them.
Oh man, that was I never understood it because it was like adults only, and I was like in the video store all excited to go see Home Alone 2, and I was like, yeah, we're gonna rent it, yeah.
That's not the Home Alone 2 you were thinking of.
No, and then there was like some sketchy dude that comes out of the back of there with the trench coat on, with the collar up, like.
Gay the Bops.
But it's
Mike, you actually had somewhere where they had for us to get like mucky videos. It were either dodgy ice cream van who used to go, a bit of blue for dad under the counter, a bit of blue for dad.
Yeah, my local video shop when I lived in Wandsworth, they used to have a porn room out back.
Oh, they never did appear in that. Were not a thing up here in Yorkshire that I've been to. You know, like in Doncaster, if you want to get anything dodgy, you had to go, or not dodgy or porn, you had to go to a sex shop or something like that. I think they'd have like, you know, like that sort of 80s sort of, you can see a bit of tit and a bit of furry stuff. You know what I mean? or you might be able to get a 70s one. What were her name? Amelia or something like that? Come on, tell me, Gaily Box, what we're doing. I think it was Amelia. I think it was on television eventually.
But you could imagine, you know, renting one of those types of videos. What kind of things and fluids are on
don't look at
those
them with the black
videos?
light.
Yeah. Ew.
You got jizz on your thumb. Jizz on your thumb.
Yeah. Be kind, rewind.
Be kind, rewind. I remember that.
That's the least.
And the best thing about it was, if you did actually rewind one of them top loaders, everybody could hear it as well.
Oh man, I just remember a friend of mine had one that was the shape of a Camaro, and you like the thing popped open, you shoved it in there, and it was like super speed rewind, just.
Yeah, right down to the end, and then it went.
Yeah,
I'm done.
It had VHS on one side and Betamax on the other.
oh man,
Yeah, Betamax. Now, it's trying to get. Years ago, I went to a car boot sale, and they actually had a Betamax player, which was still going.
Yeah.
It was showing you it working, but obviously, there's no point in getting it. It had about 4 or 5 tapes. What are you going to do with that? But
you get some like old Bond films or something on there. I don't know. It'd be good. For
I've got tons of VHS. Absolutely tons of VHS that I don't want to throw away that I've had from being a kid.
The thing is, stuff like VHS will come back in fashion. It will come back retro. Only seems like I don't know, just before lockdown, vinyl was starting to get really popular again.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know vinyl's already got a lot of collectors and stuff like that, but it were becoming. You start to see advertisements on YouTube from big bands. Pre-order now and get a free vinyl. And it did start to come really, really back popular. So it's not too long before VHS does, surely.
You're now getting that there's a lot of DJs, the proper mixers. I'm not a proper mixer. I'm a wedding DJ. That's what I am. I can mix a little bit, but that's just to keep them on the dance floor. I'm on about proper mixers who are using stems. The new sort of stuff that's coming out now is the stems where you're taking vocals out and you're putting the bass, all this sort of stuff. But you go back to now, there's a lot of old school DJs that are just getting white labels or getting the stuff that's actually printed on LPs. It's
You ever see that guy Mr. Tape? He is a DJ with reel-to-reel tapes. That's impressive. I think he's like a German guy or something. And he's like got the reel-to-reel and he's like pulling it from one side and he's like manually going back and forth with it. Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah. Now, one of my friends, he does DJing on a Facebook page called Lifetime TV. He does an old school happy hardcore set.
I mean, even Jay has done his fair share of amateur DJing.
Well, Jay was more MCing.
Ah, okay. He just puts the playlist on and goes, yeah.
Yeah.
I used to be a baby and I had no teeth.
Fucking cushy, mate.
Kushti, Nick South.
You can imagine him now, you know, like, all I want to do is do it. Kushti. All I want to do is do it.
Yeah.
He is the boy.
Yeah, he was doing one on live on his Facebook. He was doing a barbecue or something with his family, and he was fucking belting out the tunes to the whole estate. Like
he tried to put on a street party.
That was it. Yeah.
The neighbors are like, "Shut up!"
Yeah, he's like, "Hold tight, hold tight."
Quite a lot of his neighbours were out enjoying themselves with it.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
Well, that were a sort of thing. I know everybody hated lockdown, but it sort of brought back a little bit of community, didn't it, as well? I know you couldn't really mix with people, but everybody were like sat around, you know, like all like down the gardens, whatever.
Yeah, sitting on the walls outside the house.
Yeah, just talking.
Yeah.
Did anybody else notice? See, conspiracy here, Harley, or you all over, mate. Did anybody notice how lovely the weather was in the April when it first happened?
I know, right? I've like remember it being really, really nice, but I didn't get to enjoy any of it.
Oh no, you had to work.
Well, I had to work.
That's
Yeah.
been peddled. If you look at the statistics, it's bullshit. But the thing is, right? I don't know about other countries, but the news here constantly showed you clips of images. This was before lockdown, this is in lockdown. But quite a lot of BBC were really good at doing this. And people had noticed that there were 2 people on that mountain in both pictures wearing the same clothes in the exact same place. You know what I mean? And they're just being edited to look hazier or look clearer. And you really, it's bullshit.
Do you know what else? Sorry to interrupt you. You know the fact, because you're really into this conspiracy. So in that April, the summer was we're all on lockdown. The summer was absolutely fantastic. It was warm every day when everybody was everybody got the gardens done. They were all happy. Well, obviously people who got COVID wasn't happy, but people who were sat in the garden, they were all away from it all, and they're all drinking, all happy. And then obviously we went back, and then it started raining again, and things were all shit. Then we got them. Well, people got them payments in the £300 and something the other week. Massive fucking heat wave. There's loads of shit happening in UK. You know, with the obviously Parliament and things aren't great. So they got all them payments, and it was massively sunny on the day when they got the pay.
Yeah, I really shouldn't say this after you just called me a conspiracist, but it is factual. It has been tried. It has been proven, and it did cause a flood. The governments in the past, and I can't remember which country where I'm fairly sure with UK, they have proven by putting a certain chemical in the air, they can control the weather. I don't know if they can stop it from raining, but they can certainly make it rain. And if you look for they did try it, and they did cause a flood, and it did kill people. But they can, they did prove by doing that experiment that they can control the weather. Whether they still do it or not, but it is very shady. And you'll find as well that on bank holidays, like, oh, it's going to rain. If you look at forecasts for any bank holiday, it's like, it's going to rain for a week. Stay inside, it's shit. When it gets that bank holiday, it's gorgeous. No, you bastards.
You tell me a government that is not a bit fucking shady.
Brilliant.
We got fucking hose pipe ban is it next week or the week after?
I say you're not going to watch
right?
for 3
we've got
weeks.
A hose pipe ban. They've pre-warned everybody there's going to be a hose pipe ban. Don't fill your fucking swimming pools up or anything after this date.
That's what
if you get caught using a fucking hose pipe, it's £1,000 on the spot fine.
Well, you when Aidan would talk, go on, sorry.
I was going to say, all Mo's got to do is get a couple of shape out in the garden.
Oh, God.
You see, what I was going to say while Aidan was talking is I've said to Steph, that lockdown, not only was the weather nice, no one were allowed to go anywhere. So obviously all the kids were on slip and slides and in pools. Jacuzzis became extremely popular in 3 months. But this year...
My roommate's got one.
How can we have a drought this year when all it's done is rain for the last 2 weeks, but during lockdown we didn't have a drought? How can...
I tell you what, if you look at the US, that has been so interesting to watch. They're now, I think it's down in Las Vegas, somewhere around that area. The actual reservoir that's there that does loads and loads of cities. It's like completely disappearing. They're finding bodies from the 80s,
fucking hell.
That have been dumped in barrels of concrete. They're finding them now. They're all at the bottom boats that have capsized.
So Las Vegas is a city that should not exist. They built it in the middle of a desert, and it shouldn't exist. And people need to live there, obviously, because not only do you have all the casinos and all the entertainment facilities and everything. So people obviously live there. It's, kind of a bustling city. But then you also have the employees of Area 51 that live there too, typically, because they're at the Las Vegas airport. There's a direct line from there to Groom Lake Air Force Base, which is Area 51. And they're unmarked planes, white with a red stripe, nicknamed Janet, and that's where they take off from every single day. Yes. It's an acronym for something. I forget what it stands for, but that's like a special separate entrance. It's everything. Like, you just see the workers go in, they get on the flight takes off. That's the Area 51 flight. They go in the morning, they come back at night, and it's just, I don't know. That city just shouldn't exist, period. But it has to. So they make it work. And people still have green grass there and everything. If you Google Maps it.
Again, if you look, we were talking about the craze and things like that. Las Vegas has that sort of mystical thing of the mobsters and all that sort of stuff. All right, you shouldn't glorify it, which I totally agree with you saying, but it is very, very interesting to look at. You've only got to look at Casino, which obviously with Robert De Niro, that were based on a true story. These sort of things, it happened.
Mm-hmm.
It happened.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the mob, man. The mob runs everything. From all cities, have their own version of it. But it was way more prevalent in the 80s and 70s. But nowadays it's very hush hush and it's more political than anything else. But
I was going to say that. The thing is, we always look at Russia and look how corrupt they are.
Well, they just show
every country's corrupt. Some are a bit more obvious than others.
If anybody from Russia is actually listening, it's all I am saying's point.
not the views of Super Awesome Babe Show. But you got like I'm surprised. I just thought about this. Surprised no one ever made like a cheeky B movie of gangsters versus aliens set in Las Vegas in the 80s, where like Area 51, like aliens escaped or something and went to Las Vegas.
Really good as well if they had a comedy moment as well when he's saying "suck my dick, dickhead," and then he's going "suck my dick." no, suck my dick.
Now I want to make a movie.
The problem is now this stream is going to end up getting deleted off YouTube, and a month or two later there will be a Hollywood film released.
Yeah. A couple of months from now. No, it wouldn't be a Hollywood movie. It would go straight to Amazon Prime Video.
Yeah. Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I forgot what year we're in. We don't have Hollywood anymore, do we?
I mean, it still exists
anyway.
Oh God,
the sign still exists. That's what you mean. The sign is still there.
Oh, did you hear about the? It wasn't that long ago. Some like YouTuber made the Hollywood sign to say, I think Holly Boob or something.
Yeah, did, yeah. Yeah. They all went back of it, didn't they?
Yep.
Yeah, I saw that.
Put like pieces of like
tarpaulin, like sheeting, wasn't it?
Yeah,
back
big
of it
sheets,
to make it, yeah.
It's made to say Holly Boob.
Holly Boob. And they got into real big trouble for that as well, didn't they?
Yeah. They definitely got in trouble.
Because they don't quite like stuff like that. To me, that's a little bit of humor.
Yeah.
They don't even like people being in that neighborhood. The problem is that neighborhood is a very rich, upscale neighborhood. And it's not really where all the celebrities, like the movie stars and everything, lives. It's where like the multimillionaire people that made all their money in Silicon Valley, live with their gigantic mansions. So like the stars are all in like Malibu and like other areas.
Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills,
That's where it is, isn't it? Hollywood, Beverly Hills. Is that right?
Yeah. So the Hollywood Hills, which is that area, is just rich people, just normal rich people.
Well, that's where Bronson went, wasn't it? Am I thinking right? Him who had the cult in the 60s, Bronson, isn't it?
No, you're talking about Manson.
Manson.
Charles Manson, yeah.
Charles Manson. That's where he went and committed. He did the couple who owned a chain of mini marts. He went and got the lady who was a leading actress, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. He never actually killed anyone. He just had.
He was there. He drove him.
He did. He was there, so he was definitely an accomplice, and he definitely told them to do it, and like brainwashed them to do it, and he was an interesting character, and it was an interesting time. There was a lot of acid being taken.
Oh yeah, there was. Yeah,
yeah. This motherfucker.
Sharon Tate. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
So
I've watched loads of stuff, and I tell you what, listening to his babbling mind trying to work. When he's tried to go to get his parole, his babbling mind of what he thinks. Right,
the devil's in you.
Yeah, no.
He growls at people. Oh. Yeah, he used to have the swastika tattooed right in the middle of his forehead. I think he's got it removed. He's been married a few times in jail and divorced in jail as well.
He's dead now, isn't he?
Well, yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
But like, he was crazy. He was nuts. But there's a lot of weird stories like that. And it's not like this could be something future content for Harley, too. I mean, if you want to dabble in just odd stories, about the inventor of acid himself I don't know if he was the inventor, but like he's known as like the godfather of acid, where he lived in a missile silo, and he had this like old missile silo, and he made it into this like love shack type of place where he was just constantly surrounded by like his harem of women and just constantly just feeding them acid, and they all just like live down there and the bottom of this missile silo. It's just so weird. It's just such an odd story.
But there's loads of them. Look at Jonestown.
Yeah.
Jonestown started off in New York. He was a pastor or whatever into this new church. And then because he was going to get done in New York, he took him over to, where it Cambodia?
Yeah.
You heard of Jonestown? Not anybody.
It was South America, I think. It was somewhere in South America.
It's Cambodia. If anybody's not seen this, again, Harley, if you're not seeing this, Jonestown is, and then there were a senator that went over because somebody sent a note saying, "Look, we're all being kept captive." I think it was Cambodia.
It doesn't
And then what
sound
happened was they
familiar.
all turned up, and then they did a mass suicide. They were giving kids this where they killed them all. The people who wanted to leave went to the actual airfield. He sent his troops, shot them all before they got on the plane, including the senator. Absolutely, I don't think it was
Jim Jones. Yeah, Jim Jones. Yeah,
that was just weird.
Then you had that other group of nutters with Waco.
So, okay, interesting thing. I actually watched something recently about this where it painted a slightly different. It painted a slightly different picture. Where, because apparently the people in Waco, the townspeople, didn't mind the people in the compound, the Branch Davidians. They were nice people. They invited everyone over to the compound for hearing the terrible music that he played, and because David Koresh would play like the guitar. He was a guitar player, and like he would like jam on the guitar, and they would sing songs and blah blah blah. And like they would probably preach a little bit too, but I find that fascinating as well because like the what was it? Was it the DEA? I want to say it was like, what was it? The DEA? It was the ATF.
ATF, yeah.
Yeah. So like they basically planted a couple of people pretending to be college students right across the street from the compound and had them spying on them for months before the raid. And basically they had nothing on them. They had no evidence of child abuse. They had no evidence of any illegal activity.
So is this the one where they're in that building and then they end up having to get tanks and all that stuff to go in?
Yeah. So what had happened is that they reported back and said, we got nothing. These people are completely clean. So the ATF was like, well, we got to do something. We've been staking them out forever. And like the Branch Davidians knew what was going on. They weren't stupid.
Yeah, but they were stockpiling weapons though.
They were legally able to do so because they had a member of the compound had his federal firearms license. So he was completely in his right to not only stockpile, but also manufacture weapons. He was a gunsmith.
But if you were just sat there peacefully, why would you be stockpiling weapons? And the amount of weapons they had grenades as well, didn't they? And all sorts. I watched the actual documentary on it.
He had the licensing. I don't know about grenades or anything, but I hadn't heard that. Let's put it that way. But he had the licensing to produce firearms. So firearms would come in for service. He would work on them and send them back out. He would constantly have guns coming in and guns going out. That's fine. This is Texas we're talking about. I mean, it's like firearm heaven. So they had guns there, yes. Again, Texas. But also there was a guy with a firearms license and they had the people like working on guns. Like that's how they made some money. But they came back to him with no evidence. So the ATF is just like, well, we're going to get him on something. So we're just going to go there and raid the place. And when they decided to do that, obviously there was standoff and there was kids in there and they were blaring loud music and trying to get him out of there as much as they could. And they're like, no, we don't have to leave.
They were throwing smoke grenades, all sorts into him, weren't they?
So the final nail in the coffin was they got a lot of people out. They got like most of the people out, we'll say. And they brought in a tank which was retrofitted to pump tear gas into the compound.
Yeah.
So they bust through a wall, and started spraying tear gas, which is flammable, and something sparked. It could have been anything. When they bust through the wall, it could have broken like something electrical, and it started sparking and lit the whole thing on fire. And all of a sudden, the entire place is up in flames because Texas, hot, dry, flames, things happened, people burnt, and the rest is pretty much history. But it just kind of painted a different picture than the actual like documentary that I watched about it.
Yeah. But again, it's that other thing of, so if you had nothing to hide, why wouldn't you let the people in?
No, they would let them in. They were offered, even the people across the street, they said, come to the compound, come check it out. And they did take them up on it occasionally. They would go over the compound.
See that's a bit I didn't see in the documentary. As far as the documentary went, what I saw, again, remember, I'm only watching what I've seen. I don't know what this is about. I'm doing bunny fucking rabbits. I don't know what that is. The thing that I've only just seen was that the fact that they didn't want anybody to go anywhere near the place.
No, the townspeople would come over because they would always have like ice cream socials. They'd have like parties. And everyone
You'd never
from
have
town
that in the UK, would you?
Was welcome.
Ice cream socials.
You see, this is the problem. Again, it goes back to the glorifying of gangsters and whatever else, isn't it? Because by watching a documentary like Tiger King, the Tiger King documentary paints Joe Exotic to be quite a nice guy. Then when you think about it, you go, well, no, we're actually a bit of a lunatic. And then you hear stories of other people, and then they did an alternative documentary, apparently, of, no, this is the actual real Joe Exotic. And the problem is, no matter what you watch, it has been given an angle to make it more attractive to watch, to make you keep watching it. And if you just kind of went, here's all the facts, then it'd be a bit more a boring documentary. They have to give you a side, but it has to be biased to a certain degree.
It's just like you were saying there. Sorry to go off the subject. You were saying about Tiger King. His name was David, wasn't he? So again, it's coming back in my brain. He came from a church. He came from a church where he fell out with he was like the golden boy that he was brought into, and then he fell out because he not having an affair with the actual major pastors.
Yeah,
and then he took him away.
So
and then created his own church.
Okay, so the reason they're called the Branch, I've watched a few documentaries on David Koresh, but the reason they're called the Branch Davidians was because there's the Davidians, and then the Branch Davidians are the people that believe slightly different things, so they went this way and went, to follow this guy named David.
Loads of religions have done that, haven't they?
Sure. So, and it turns out that this particular sect of the religion has a history of that, because that particular compound, David didn't build that. He kind of adopted that. So there was the original person that separated, built a compound, started getting followers. Then there was another guy that kind of had a different idea, took over the place, killed the guy, and took the religion in a different direction. And then David comes along and branches out again. And his name wasn't David the whole time. He changed his name to fit the Branch Davidians. But then he went again further, away from the original religion. And he made up things like, you can have multiple partners and you need to build up as many as your community as possible. So he had multiple wives. And the thing with the abusing of the kids, which, oh God, this video is going to be taken off of YouTube after this, but there was rumors of child abuse, David abusing the children, etc. But what was actually happening was he married a 14-year-old girl. And in the state of Texas, that is legal with the parents' consent.
What, still now?
I don't know about now. But during that time, it was 100% legal to do so. And he got the parents' consent. So
I'm surprised if you got a fucking arsenal like what he's got back at fucking thing. I'll tell you, I've got about 85 grenades. I've got.
The bottom line is the governor.
Give me your daughter.
It was the governor.
Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah. The governor didn't like David Koresh. He was hearing all these stories and all these rumors and all this, and he had these people spying on him the whole time, and nothing was happening. It was a boring story. So he's like, well, we're going to go in there anyways and just investigate the child abuse thing. So we're just going in. We need to go in. And it's not like he didn't want them in. He didn't want to come out. He didn't want to send his people out. He didn't want his followers going out. So he kept them there. And he basically, the teachings that he was saying is this is going to happen. Like he told them that the entire time, that like eventually the end of the world is going to be when people are going to try to come and take what's yours. And that's what he was telling these people this whole time. So obviously when the government comes and knocks on your door with tanks, he's like, stay inside, don't go out there, don't leave, you know, be safe. You're safe in here. We have everything we need. So yeah, I mean, it's a crazy story. It's an absolutely crazy story.
It's fucking massive. It's like I said, the same as Jonestown. Absolutely fucking.
But when you think about it, isn't every video like that, like every little cult or oddity in life, like you don't have the human race is not boring. We're very eccentric, interesting little creatures, humans, and we do very strange things constantly. I mean, if you were an alien looking down upon us and thinking, oh, they have a virus that can get right through these little flimsy masks that they all have on, but they are not allowed to leave and they have to wear the masks anyways. What are they doing?
Oh, now you're getting fucking way political now.
That's the reason we haven't been invaded, because aliens are like, right, we're gonna go in. Whoa. What's he doing?
what the hell is this one doing?
Don't fire. We need to.
I'll tell you what, the aliens would only have to look at fucking Love Island and go, I'll tell you what, we ain't going fucking nowhere. What the hell's happening here? This is not right in the fucking world of life.
It's a bunch of drunk orange people.
I think that brainwashing stuff is always interesting. The stories in the way there were a guy, I think he was in the UK, and he was basically domestically abusive to his missus. I mean, I had 2 kids, I think. But he brainwashed them as well. And they actually believed that the sun would hurt them if they went outside. And I've seen interviews with her like years after. And because of how he were with her, you can tell that there's something not quite there. I mean, she talks a bit slower and everything else. And her speech is not quite perfect. But it's just the fact that, and she laughs nervously when she's telling you what she believed. But they truly do. They've never seen news. And he used to tell them things like if there'd been a flood somewhere, he'd tell them that was because they misbehaved last week, and he'd done that as a punishment. And stuff.
If nobody's got social media, if nobody's got social media or an outlet of being able to find any news or any information, then you can tell one person anything and they're going to believe it, aren't they? Especially if you're that person who sat there on top. You're going to be. You've only got to look at the Nazis, the Germany when they were sat there, because you had one. And you're only going to look at the Russians now.
I was just going to say we looped back to the math thing quite quickly, then, didn't we?
Right,
but it's true. People can lead anybody, and if you're a person who is convincing enough, you can make anybody believe that what you want.
Interestingly, talking about Netflix, there is a documentary on Netflix, like a 6-part series thing called "How to Be a Tyrant," and it is pretty much on how dictators throughout the years, including Hitler, including I think Saddam Hussein were in there. And people like them of their traits, where they came from, and how they became this massive tyrant. And that is really interesting to watch if anyone's interested in that sort of.
I think the biggest word, and it comes into the vaping community as well, is called gaslighting. So because somebody continuously says things about a certain person or whatever else like that, certain people end up believing what that person's saying, and you get it constantly. You can see it happening all the time, especially in the vaping community. Gaslighting is one of the major things, and they'll follow because the person might be a little bit more charismatic than what they are or whatever else, but they will listen to what they're saying and they think that is the truth, and they're gaslighted into it. And a lot of people will go, yeah, that's fucking right. They might show a certain thing from 5-6 years ago. And they go, oh, he's doing it week in, week out. Well, no, that's not what's happening. But yeah, gaslighting. And that is the word, isn't it?
Or like you can just take clips out of context, nitpick little things, all that stuff. Yeah. But I think the evidence to not come to this planet would be the Heaven's Gate people. Do you guys know about those people?
No.
Oh.
Come on, tell me.
So that I'm just gonna do loose like answer to.
Are
that
they like
one.
the flat earthers? Because I think they're wonderful.
There were another cult. There were another cult, and I know very little about it because I haven't watched too much about it, and it's been a while. But basically,
I'm watching tonight.
Basically, they were this group of people in Hollywood, and they would get together, and this guy would preach to him and whatnot, and like, he called himself Bo, and his partner was Peep. So you have
Don't
Bo.
tell me they had a little kid called Little.
No, but Bo
Sorry,
and
Mo.
Peep, and they were like, would preach to these people. They would tell them that the end of the world's coming, and like there's something, the spaceship that would take them away from like this planet was behind the Hale-Bopp comet.
Right,
Yeah.
was that what they were all on a farm?
It wasn't. No, that was Jim Jones. That's where you're getting them mixed up. So,
but they're all the fucking same, really. Aren't they?
but no, this was in Hollywood. So, right.
Did they kill themselves?
Yes, they did.
Well, there you go. They're all fucking same. Aren't they?
So listen, but the best part is they made them dress up in like tracksuits for whatever reason, and they
I'm going to go to death in troop.
It was tracksuits and like Nike Air Maxes or something like that, like some sort of like higher end sneaker or something, and like they made them drink this punch, lay down on their back, and like put like a thing over them, and they all were just found there. There's like 20 something of them just dead, lying straight up. Yep. All in matching tracksuits and trainers.
Yeah, the kid. I'm sorry. I'm just. I have flashbacks. The bloke who was running it had white hair, didn't he?
Yeah. Oh, he looked like Bob Barker or something, like a game show host.
Either that or Martin. What's his name? Who were out of The Bride.
Jeez.
What were he called? Father of the Bride.
Yeah.
What's his name? Steve Martin.
Steve Martin. Yeah. He looked like that, and it blows my mind that people listen to these guys, but
can you imagine them all sitting around? Right, what we need to do now is go to Amazon. We need a big mass tracksuits. What should we have? Nike, Adidas, or should we go for I said Troop. A lot of people don't remember Troop. They were like back in the 80s, 90s, and they were like that flammable stuff that we all wear. Like Scousers wear. What were they called? Shell suit, yeah. Troop were like the major one. If you got a Troop tracksuit, it were brilliant.
This is the weirdest show. This is definitely one of the more interesting / weirdest shows we've ever done. Because
so I'll tell you what, can you imagine them going, shall we have the pump up Nikes?
Oh God.
Oh no, they're Reeboks.
Oh, I don't know. What do you think, Peep? But they had this website. Okay, they had this website up for years, and it had this big G on it for a logo, and it's extremely similar to Georgia Tech's logo for their football team, their American football team. But yeah, if you look up like the Georgia Tech G, it's the same G that they used for their logo, and it was like Heaven's Gate, and it showed the whole philosophy on this website, because this was like late 80s, early 90s. I want to say late 80s because I don't think I was born yet. But either way, it's just been one of the craziest shows tonight. We have a mix of nostalgia, conspiracy theories, true crime, and random other shit. Man, this is definitely one of the weirdest shows, but I love it. I feel like all of us are kind of into this sort of stuff. Like, I don't know.
Oh, I love it. I love watching it. And obviously, we wouldn't have got this unless it was not from Harley.
Exactly. We wouldn't have gotten to this point.
All I'm saying is make sure you get over there and subscribe to him, people.
There you go. I'll post the link again.
One person I like watching his videos and thinking, my God, you are a fucking muppet. Eric Von Daniken.
Oh no, what were I thinking of? Is that him who were like a TV presenter and he's got like a big honker and like blonde hair now? Who am I thinking of?
I don't know.
Eric, and he thinks
Derek
about the
Doodle
reptiles.
No, never mind.
What's his name? He wears a tracksuit as well, I think.
I don't know. Whenever I think of tracksuit, I just think of Italian gangsters in movies.
Well, I think of Jimmy Savile, to be honest with you.
Or that, yeah.
What's his name? Eric. What's his name? Mike, you know, you definitely know.
Mike, you definitely know.
He does, you know what people do. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? What's his name? Eric something. David Icke. It might be David Icke.
David Icke, yeah.
And he was like a celebrity, and then he went all about this, you know.
David Icke, a football player.
No.
Well, Lisa, David Icke.
It was something Ike. I think it were Ike, and he sort of then went in about the reptiles and that there were.
Yeah, it's David Icke, and I'm convinced the only reason David Icke talks about reptiles is so he don't get killed. I have come to the conclusion that he goes on far too much about conspiracies. So to make him think about it, right? If the government goes, everyone thinks this guy's crazy because he's talking about reptiles. They're going to leave him alone. So I think he goes, the government's doing this, the government's doing that, the government's doing this. Oh shit, good. Reptiles. Queen's a reptile. See, it's crazy. We'll leave him. He's just a nutter. I'm adamant that's what happens.
That's probably what did happen. That's what the nutters do.
Have you ever heard the story? I'm sorry,
No.
I'm about to derail the whole conversation, but I didn't know if Aiden had anything more to say on that one. But did you ever hear the story of the two guys that were found up in the mountains in, like, I want to say like Brazil or Colombia or something like that? They were like found up in the mountains, both wearing like black suits, white shirts, black ties, black sunglasses, or they had lead glasses on. They had like these glasses fashioned out of lead. They were laying, perfectly on their backs. Did they have a
little thing like a pen? And they started going, the man
no, but it's so similar. It's so similar to something like that, though.
Will Smith.
They had no identification on them or anything, but they had like a piece of paper in one of their pockets that had like specific instructions. And it was like timeline, like go to airport, pick up such and such, go to store, buy this, go to mountain, take pill, look up at moon or something. And it's like just like these two dudes out in the middle of like the jungle, up high on like a cliffside somewhere, staring at a specific spot in the sky with lead glasses on.
Bye, Mo.
I think we lost Mo.
Lost Mo. Never heard of that one? That's a good one.
There's been loads of them like that. And it's like the Men in Black who've turned up to certain places.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a bunch of those
disappeared.
Too. But man, it's just, think about all the crazy shit that has happened and like is happening nowadays, But like, there's just been some weird shit that's gone on in this world.
One of my biggest, the Robert Kennedy. Obviously got shot it was a hotel, wasn't it? And he got shot in the back, and they all went through, and it was this little tiny Mexican waiter, or he were Argentinian, whichever. And he says he can't remember it, he can't remember doing it. And you think about these things of people like sort of, that where you brainwash them, where you do hypnosis. Because I was gigging in Bergen-Belsen. It were in Germany. And we were in we were actually in Bergen itself, big like wooden building, and we were gigging. We were the band, and they had a bloke who did the hypnosis stuff. So not only did the 10 people on the stage, a few of them didn't actually click on, but a few of them did. But there were people in the audience randomly. But what you were doing was actually like going down under, and then you had to go and sort them out. So if that could actually work, you can get somebody to go and shoot somebody, can't you?
That's crazy. Also, I totally forgot to acknowledge Connor has subscribed. Thank you for the subscription, Connor, if you're still in chat. My bad. I was on a roll. I was just like focused, trying to think of the thing that I was thinking of.
Talk about what people say. You've just said, time to delete System 32. Do you think that'd still work? Do you think it's been long enough off the internet now that we can start telling people to do that to fix things, and it'll start working again. If it got to a point where people just went, ha, heard that before.
I think so.
I think the time's come that we can start using that. I'm going to go on Stack Overflow and stuff. And do we?
Well, what about, okay, so like,
what is System 32?
That is the entire Windows like system folder that all the required files to run Windows.
Yeah, that
you're ruining it. You're ruining it.
I'm sorry, but don't do it, Mo. I'm kidding. Jeez. I think you're right. No.
You just told him exactly what it is.
Listen, I need all these people watching. Oh no, there's like 5 people that just deleted System 32. We're down in viewer count. So yeah,
it's big and bulky. You don't need it. Just get rid of it.
I think you're right, though, Harley. I think that people are gonna come around and forget about certain things like that. Because remember, a few years back, people were microwaving their iPhones. Like whenever a new iPhone comes out, people start stupid rumors about that kind of thing. And it was like, oh yeah, it's got this new feature where you could quick charge it in a microwave. All you got to do is microwave it for 20 seconds or something. And all of a sudden, some stupid person throws their iPhone, a brand new iPhone right out of the box, into a microwave and it just goes bzz, zap.
I think it's like evolution, though. You should have to pass a test to get on the internet.
I think Aiden deleted System 32. Don't do it.
You should have to pass a test to get on the internet, and if you go onto any source on the internet and take that source as a dead cert that's right, then you deserve to delete System 32.
I'll be honest, like I dabble in like a little bit of overclocking, and I'm terrified of certain dodgy sites, and just like I really hope this is legit because I have a 5950X here that cost me a few $100, and I really don't want to brick it.
There's nothing worse than being out your depth on command line and going, right, I'm going to press enter. Done it, damn.
Or like, you're fiddling around in your BIOS. It's so many things with numbers and it's so confusing. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I think eventually a lot of those memes will come back around. I think the next iPhone that comes out, there's going to be something where it's going to be like, oh yeah, if you smash it with a hammer, Apple will send you $100. It's like,
it's got to, because there's people. See, we've got kids, and Jackson, when he was 8, he's 8 now. When he were about 5, he was computer literate. He was computer literate. He could do things. He just understands, like I thought all kids do. But Holly's 12. And Holly doesn't understand jack shit. She's the level where it says the old Simpsons episode. Press any key. Where's the any key?
Oh, God.
I mean, God's sake, Holly, it means any key. So I think we've got a good chance at that.
Yeah.
Get on the dark, shady forums of the internet.
The only problem, the problem with that theory, though, is the first thing kids do nowadays is Google it. Mm-hmm. So if they're questioning it at all, then they're gonna Google it.
Yeah, but if we start spamming out how to make your computer faster,
oh my God!
Because there's loads of kids that want to be a Twitcher, and they're like, "Oh, my computer's too slow." Dude, just delete System 32. And it is true, to be fair. If you want to make your computer faster, delete System 32, put Linux on it, and your problem solved. You might not be able to use it because you're computer literate, but it's solved.
Hey, you could use about 4 games that run on Linux. No, actually, Linux is getting better, but
I prefer Linux. My problem is I'm a bit stubborn. I've spent far too much time practicing Photoshop to now ditch it. And someone once said, "Oh, well, you can get Photoshop on Linux if you do." No, I don't want. I'm quite happy with my Windows. And what I do these days is I USB boot. So I can always go into my Linux wherever I want. The problem I've got now, though, is I'll quite often, like someone will say, "Oh, Harley, can you find the original source of this picture for me?" Yeah, but all that's on my Linux drive. No, I can't. Sorry. Too much effort involved there.
See, if anything, I would do a virtual machine, maybe. I don't know. My dad.
I've got virtual.
Some virtual machines. They sound absolutely brilliant, don't they? You can have anything. You could have a Mac. You could have
Yeah, I have got virtual because obviously I did get to a point where there were certain things, and if I wanted to use the Linux machine for 10 minutes, I didn't want to. I'm also one of these people that really abuse my computer by never shutting it down. It always just hibernates. So then I'm like, well, yeah, but all these windows I've got open, I'm gonna have to shut. And so then I thought, well, if I just put a virtual machine up, so if I'm going to spend a long time on Linux, I boot in. If I'm not going to spend that long on, I just want to use it 5 minutes. A virtual, which is ideal as well, because then you can transfer files quite easily with shared drive. So it is. I like myself.
Little green man language to me.
So I was gonna try to explain it, but it just
there's no point.
It's
It'll
like
go straight over my bald noggin.
It's like emulation essentially. It's meant for like you could quickly just pop into a Mac operating system instead of Windows.
Yes, sounds like you need lube for that, Nick.
Oh God. Oh. Never mind, Mike. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. There's not enough time left. Yeah, I think you're right, Lee. Sorry. Sorry, Mike. Maybe one of these days I'll learn you a bit. But Linux.
I think that's the time. I think we're ready for home, aren't we?
My dad uses Linux.
Your dad uses a Puppet.
Yeah.
Does he still do that?
Yeah, he still does it. Yep. He brings.
I fucking love them. I've not checked them out for ages.
For anyone that's confused by that statement, my dad runs a Facebook page called Mr. Socks. Mr. spelled out Mister. So if you're curious, pop in there, check it out.
He's funny.
He's funny, and he takes the sock now everywhere he goes. So my parents do. There's Mo. My parents do 17th century reenacting of the French and Indian War.
Okay.
French and Indian War.
Yes. Yes, it is still called the French and Indian War, not the French and Indigenous Peoples War.
I'm back, peoples.
Yay!
Bye.
Just in time to leave. Bye, everyone. No, I'm kidding. But they do 17th century reenacting. So he brings the sock puppet to those things, and he even made it a little like pilgrimy hat, a little tricorn hat they call it, the little triangular one. So Mr. Sock,
he doesn't just do that though. He does stuff at home as well, doesn't he?
Yeah. He does stuff at home. Whenever they go on vacation, they go to the on cruises and stuff like that. He brings the damn sock. Imagine going through customs with a sock puppet.
Well, it's only just the same as Jay.
Hello. Yeah, as long as he doesn't need his own little passport. Oh my God, I should make him a little tiny passport.
That's what he needs to do.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. Please get over there. It is really, really funny. I've giggled a few times.
All right. If I can log into Facebook real quick, I'll post a link. But while
please get yourselves over there. He is really, really funny, and you can tell that he's Nick's dad.
Yeah, I'm starting to actually get the gut just like him too, which is sad.
While Nick's doing that, I'll ask Harley the SAVS question.
Ooh.
Song. What's your favourite cheese?
What's your favorite cheese?
Where's the song?
What's your favorite cheese?
Do you know, I'm going to be really amateurish and just say smoke.
Whoa. Where's the song?
What? You got to sing it. Uh-oh. You got to sing it.
What's your favorite cheese? What's your favorite cheese? E-I-I-D-O. What's your favorite cheese?
Yay! We haven't had the song in a while.
I'll send it over tomorrow.
I still have it. I still have it. I definitely still have it. Sorry.
It were a little bit like Mike and the Mechanics then, wasn't it? You were looking over his shoulder.
Yeah, do I have to continue or can I start again?
Again, right.
Really amateurish. I prefer smoked cheese. Smoked cheese is, but
that's German smoked.
I'm not as amateurish as I sound. I do like Blue Stilton and stuff like that. When I first got with Steph, she was like, "No, I just like cheap cheese. I don't like any of that smelly stuff." Babe, come on. So I took her to a little cheese shop, little designated cheese shop, and it is really small.
Really, really small.
Like this big.
You had to go insidewards.
Was it ran by a mouse?
You can't fit more than 3 people in the shop front.
Well, they couldn't fit.
But
Or 1.5 Aidens.
That's a new metric. You really made me spit that and only swallow.
It took me a second to click on what it said.
You can start again, Harley.
I'm a really amateurish and said just smoked cheese. No, so I am quite broad. I like most cheeses, but I don't think you can ever beat the smoked cheese. Good smoked cheese on a cracker. That's
German
Applewood.
smoked cheese.
Not a nice smoked gouda.
I'm not even going to mention sausage because it's just going to be a joke.
Good bit of smoked sausage as well, bit of German sausage.
Although Steph has come around to liking more cheeses, she still won't abide to your Stilton and stuff. If it's got a smell or a strong taste to it, she still says no. But she has come around a lot.
Strong tasting.
Do you like all those cheeses that have got chili in it and stuff like that?
Not so much, and I certainly don't like apricot cheese. If it's too sweet, then no. I don't do sweet cheese.
I like bastards.
I like pineapple on my pizza, but I don't do sweet cheese.
Pineapple pizza gang. Let's go.
Pineapple on pizza, I'm with you. I quite like it.
Hell yeah.
Even with tuna.
Okay, no.
Memories
You have to go too far, don't you?
my mind.
What's the cheese that they use? You ever see those videos where they like heat it up under a heater and they like scrape the top layer off and lay it on like a steak or something? What kind of cheese is that?
I think it's a sort of like a brie, but it's not, is it? Ooh. Because it's got like a sort of thicker outside, isn't it?
It's gooey. Cheese, yeah.
Oh, I love that.
I am such a plebeian when it comes to cheeses. We don't really have cheese shops over here. We don't have little tiny cute cheese shops ran by a mouse.
So where only Aiden can fit in. The thing is, why am I saying that? When my auntie and uncle used to live in France and also lived in Holland, but they used to have an house in south of France. So if you went from the south of France over to Spain, there used to be like a no man's land. And they used to have like supermarkets where you could try as much as you want. They had like little bits of everything. You could just eat it. You could go around there and have a meal. But the cheeses that they had, oh mate, they were amazing. And we'd go, right, we'll have a bit of that, and then that's how you ate all day because it was just like grazing. So you'd sit outside in the sun. You sit outside in the sun underneath the veranda, and you'd have meats, you'd have cheeses, you'd have wines.
You'd walk up to the trough and just start munching, not even using your hands.
And the thing is, though, nobody, like if you go look at people now who get buffets, they like pile the plate up about that big, like everybody's going to take everything else. That's not how you ate. You sat there and you ate for hours. It would just like take a little bit. You can have a little bit more.
To bring the tone down a little, to bring the tone down a little bit, every time you say cheeses, it reminds me of that Russell Howard sketch where he's talking about. I don't know how he gets onto it, but he leads onto it from something, and he's talking about religious people knocking on your door, and he's saying things like, "Have you ever let baby Jesus in your life?" What? Mini Baby Bell. But this goes on for it's like a 5-minute sketch of him saying Jesus and him going, "Oh, blue cheese!" It is a really, really good sketch. If I can find it, I'll send it you.
Yes, sounds funny.
I'm just amazed that America doesn't have cheese shops, but yet you can go and open a bank account and get a free M4 or 12 gauge.
I was going to say, Mike, all the cheese shops turned into gun shops right after
Hold
we
on a
kicked you
minute,
guys out.
Mike. The thing that we do not have in our life is squeezy cheese. What comes out of a thingy?
Yeah, we don't need any cheese shops. All cheese is squeezable.
Oh, man, I would love that. Look at that finger already ready. Look at them fingers, people. Look at them fingers. I'm all ready for it.
Aiden, have you seen the video where he puts the Ritz cracker on?
It all comes out of the top.
Perfect.
Whoa, I want that in my life. Why is that?
All right.
We've had everything from the Americans. Why have we not got that in our life?
I could bring
Probably
that over.
because it's only got 1% cheese in it.
Oh yeah, it's like 99% microplastics, but yeah.
It's barred in our. You can't get that sort of stuff anymore. That's a percentage of cheese because before they were like and it was like some sort of like thing off of like morning TV. Check your cheese. So everybody started going around going cheese slices. That's only got 3% cheese in it. We're not using that. And you could burn it. It actually melted.
Yeah, it would light on fire.
Old margarine.
Didn't it burn green or something? It had a color to it. It was don't do that. Don't buy.
You see, in the war, during the war, we had margarine so that you could actually make, and it was literally one molecule away from plastic. Now they've all changed it. Now you can't do that. It's now more whatever fats or whatever they've got. Well, yeah,
that sounds tasty.
Swan? Is it Swan something?
Don't know. I wasn't alive during the war.
Oh no, but I read up on it.
We also you're not on about Stork.
Stork, that's it. It wasn't. See, that's what I'm on about. Plastic, stork, swan, proper animal. There you go.
You can get that squirty cheese on Amazon. That canned cheese.
Yeah, how much is it though?
I don't know.
It's probably about maybe £1.75 here.
Okay, so the next charity stream, I will eat 6 cans of that.
He will cover his entire body in squeezy cheese and just lick it off.
I'm an Oompa Loompa.
No, but then you can stick crackers to yourself too. Just
how much is the squirty cheese on Amazon?
And then lay me on a beach.
His choice is mature squeezy cheddar cheese, 340 grams. Pack of 3. It's £15.45.
Woo!
How much?
£15.
£15.45 for 3.
Yeah, but that's still £5.
Google, let's get it on.
No. All right. Real quick, we got to do Mo's clip and some memes. So let's get. While you do that, I'll play the memes of the week.
Do the memes first. I'll get this clip.
Memes of the week. It's a memes of the week.
Oh God,
memes of the week.
Yeah, we played this clip last week where the guy. We played this one, right? Where the guy comes up and they tackle him. He chokes him or something. He's like, what the hell? Get the fuck out of my way, bitch! Dude, he doesn't even stop. Look at him go.
Why is that all jerky?
I don't know. Oh, it probably looks bad for you guys. Sorry. Yeah,
look out, his jerky's coming.
Joey Chestnut choke slams a protester or something. That's amazing. Mike. What are you Googling to find this?
Yeah. Well, the thing about it is, where do you start?
Ooh, so many options. Well, wait a minute.
So many hours.
The meme's correct, though. It says, I know. I'm wondering the same thing myself.
The thing about it, though, is it's like a Japanese meal, isn't it?
I'm scared to ask why.
Well, it's so little portions, but so many. No, I can't say.
No, okay, keep going. Was that the only meme? Oh man, that was the only meme of the week this week. At least on that channel. I never even look at the other channel anymore. I know I'm terrible. I'm sorry. All right, we're getting back to the live.
For fuck's sake, man.
Does anybody know where she lives?
Oh, in the woods.
Oh my fucking God.
That is just a night of loveliness, isn't it?
Okay.
Until you need to cut the nails.
I fear for Aiden's computer after this. He's going to have System 32 deleted.
But the thing about it is, you know that you're going to be like that. And that's just there.
I'm terrified. Your poor search
Ride me
history.
like, oh, fucking hell, you are a pony.
Oh. All right. Mo, you have a clip for us this week.
Bentley Woods.
Yeah, I found it again.
Yay!
After my system fucking rebooted. Right, okay. Clip of the week. Let me share the thing. Zoomed an update as well, so that was fucking...
Lisa, you eat tripe. Not everybody eats tripe. That's horrible.
Yeah, fuck that for gaming soldiers.
That shit. Well, obviously, don't do it literally. I mean, just it.
Right, so the clip of the week is titled, it's from BBC Newcastle's Breakfast Show, and it says, Ed Balls talks about the controversial subject of cash-in-hand work. So I'm going to play this now for you peoples. Here we go.
But I think the sensible thing for anybody is to make sure you've got a record of it and you've done things properly.
Well, Ian Duncan-Smith, the Conservative Work and Pension Secretary, says he'd never ask for a receipt for a cash and hand job.
I think he slipped up there.
Just one
I'll
word.
play it again.
But I think the sensible thing for anybody is to make sure you've got a record of it and you've done things properly.
Well, Ian Duncan-Smith, the Conservative Work and Pensions Secretary, says he'd never ask for a receipt for a cash and hand job.
Come on. You were so close. He was so close to getting it.
Oh, did he not finish?
Oh, you dirty bastard.
Cash in hand job.
Oh, yeah. One word can mean totally different things. Totally different things. But yeah, thank you both for that clip. Always makes my day. Guys, please share some memes if you please, in the Discord channel here. If I can post a link, that would be lovely. I did post it earlier, but it never posted it ever again. So I'm just gonna copy and paste it. There we go. It's in chat. Join the Discord. It's fun. We share memes, and sometimes we could talk about stuff, and eventually we're going to do some call-in shows. But other than that, share some memes, and what else do I have to promote here? I don't know. We'll be back next Sunday. Not this coming Sunday, but the Sunday after. So you guys get a week and a half break from us now, so rest easy. It's great having Aiden back. Thank you, Aiden, for being here.
Love it. Thanks so much for fitting me in. You know, this show is absolutely fantastic, mate. Thank you very much.
We could fit you in a lot
easier
easier
back,
than
we
the
were talking
cheese
about
shop.
it, mate. When we first came back, we were all saying about, and I'm like, I can't do Sundays. I work Sundays, and you lads, obviously, I've been around a few years with you, and you all went, well, we'll do another day. And we did a Friday. So thank you so much. It really does mean to the world.
I like it. It breaks up the monotony of like Sunday. It's not always Sunday, you know? So, and we needed to fit you in somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
We are accommodating gents, if you know. Also, Harley, thank you for being here, my friend. It was a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
Loved picking your brain. Loved sharing ideas. Loved talking about stories and nostalgia.
Please get over to all I am saying is get yourself over there, people. Let's see if we can get them over 200.
200. Oh boy. Let's see.
It's actually a very interesting channel.
It is.
Very.
Binge it. It's binge worthy.
Mm-hmm.
Massively.
Thank you. I've never been called binge worthy before.
Oh, there you go.
Mate, if you're called vodka, I'll be on you.
Did you say binge? Nick, did you say binge worthy or minge worthy?
Oh God,
minge worthy.
And now the end is near. He's got no hair.
So thank you, Harley, once again. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right. Anyone have anything else? Aiden, Mike, Mo.
Big love to everybody. Look after yourselves. Thank you very much for the spanners, which I don't think we've had any spanners in today, have we?
Yeah, we had Bunny in for a while, and we got Emily.
Oh, lovely.
Yep.
Emily as well. Thank you so much. We love you loads. And make sure you tune in Sunday, not this Sunday, obviously.
Nope.
The Sundays afterwards, and then join us again the next Friday. I love you all loads. Look after yourself. Remember, I love you all loads. Good nighter.
We love you too.
Just to say again, cheers for coming on, Harley. It was a pleasure, and we'll most definitely have to get you on soon again.
Yeah, more conspiracy talk and true crime stuff.
I had far too much fun.
Yes, for sure.
Thank you all in chat for being here as well.
Yay!
And nice to see you again as well, Aiden.
Yeah, Aiden's like the guest that keeps showing up again. Love it though. It's always a good giggle. Mo, thanks for the clip again. Love you guys. I'll see you all. See you all in chat not this next Sunday. The Sunday. What's the date? What
It'll
is
be Sunday the 14th.
the 14th? Okay. We'll see you on the 14th, everyone. Good night. Bye.
Love you all loads.
Biddy beep biddy beep womp. Piss flaps.